Hey Gemini, welcome to your Taurus season reading. I hope you guys are all doing well. I kind of want to just get into these readings. I'm super excited about them, but I do want to give you guys a little bit heads up. So house rules apply as always. So this will be a general message for all Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. My only ask is that you take the messages as they resonate. Don't try to force anything. If it doesn't fit your situation, that's totally fine. Leave it on the table. Take the rest. I do want to start this by saying this reading is going to be focused on Taurus season, which is perfect. Just started, what was it, yesterday when I'm recording? So super exciting time. I actually like to work with the seasons, but my little extra for this reading, I am probably going to tell everyone to watch the Taurus video, or at least recommend it if you feel inclined. That reading was honestly so great, and I think it had something in there for everyone. And I kind of always feel that way because we're in. Maybe we'll take that one. All right, you wanted to come a little early. That's fine. When we're in any given season, all the signs get a little taste of that particular energy. So we all have kind of a little Taurus vibe going on right now. So if you feel inclined, if you want to check it out, definitely would recommend it and see if anything resonates in there for you. Geminis. Aww. Alright, so you guys might have some feels to deal with this season. So I'm using a new deck from my friend Sanateu Golden Ray. She just launched 2 new decks, so I'm using them in this week's videos. I love them. If you want to check them out, check out her Instagram. But you guys, your mandala is Claire Empathy. She also has an original deck and a holo deck. So this is the holographic Claire Empathy. I do read the two a little different. With this Claire Empathy, okay, my little loves, I would not be surprised if some of you maybe started feeling things kind of out of the blue, or if a certain person you care about who you probably don't get to see often, maybe lives far away from you, another state, another country maybe for some of you. Definitely someone at a distance. Like this isn't, I'm thinking about my partner all the time, or I'm thinking about my best friend. This is someone who is a distance from you, so you probably don't get to see them very often. You may be able to talk to them, relatively often. Maybe we all have phones, right? But I think there's a strong emotional connection between you and this other person this season. Whether it's you just being a little more sensitive, more open, and that connection is strong, so you're just picking up on maybe their feelings or their emotions a little more this month, or they may be going through something, which I think it's going to be a little more relevant, let's say. I think this is coming through because you may play a big role in someone else's healing or in someone else's journey right now. And we'll see if it pops up when we get to the tarot. But that also may, helping them may help you heal in your own kind of things. But know that honestly, I feel like you might be, you could just going about your day and then all of a sudden you feel really frustrated or really sad or, whatever. You might just be picking up on their emotions. If you really start to feel that way, especially if you're feeling certain ways and also thinking about someone in particular, it might be worth it to check them out, just to call them, say, hey, I just thought about you today. I was just wondering, how are you doing? What's up? It's been a minute. Because I almost wonder if you're tapping into this because maybe there's something might be going on and they may not, they might not know how to talk about it. They may not even realize they want to talk about it, right? That happens. So you just kind of having that sixth sense for them right now might be a big help that they may not even realize they need. And like I said, it may go both ways, right? As you heal them, they might heal you. Interesting, right? But yeah, I feel like your powers of Claire Empathy are probably getting triggered a little bit. That you and these jumpy cards. You just can't wait, Gemini. You're like, let's do this. Let's do this. Totally forgot the sentence I was going to say. But, you may have this particular Claire being activated for you because, you may be needed somewhere, right? Somewhere at a distance. Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. Okay, I love this popping up right here. So, especially for those of you who this is an activation where this is brand new, right? You've never really done this before. I totally described it. You're like, what? That's not what? Who does that? Meh. When it happens, this will be very significant for you, right? Setting up clear and healthy boundaries, because this trigger can happen anytime, right? It can just pop in no matter what. Now, does that mean you have to drop everything you're doing and act on that in that moment? Not necessarily. You could be in the middle of something, right? It's not about putting everything on hold when these things come up. So there is a need to set healthy boundaries. Even if there's certain moments where you're like, okay, I can't do that, or I can help you up to this point, but beyond that, it's going to start to wear me down, or then it feels like I'm giving away too much, giving too much of myself. Someone might even take advantage of your kindness, right? That's where boundaries really need to come into play. Because yes, you want to be there for someone. Yes, you want to help someone, especially if it's someone you care about. But you also shouldn't have to sacrifice anything to do that, right? At least unwillingly, right? So healthy boundaries is going to be a major theme. And then some of these boundaries may be in conflict, right? Because you definitely have your own life to live. We'll start with that. Like, you already have your own path. Something definitely is going to be sneaking in and kind of tapping you on the shoulder, be like, hey, what about this thing? And it's finding a balance between how much do I divert my energy over here, how much over here, how much over here. And then even just generally, this aside, there may be things this month that ask a lot of you. And I think there's going to be some situations or some people that ask too much of you. And you're going to have to be prepared to kind of defend yourself and protect yourself from that. We don't want you to spread yourself too thin. We don't want you to essentially run out of gas and then you have no energy to help anyone. Because then, let's say that happens just in your personal life, like maybe work just wants you to work extra hours, and then you're zonked and exhausted and have no time available, and then this situation happens, and now you literally can't help someone, and that was the whole point of this month, was to get you to a place where you could help support someone, right? So, interesting. Again, you're going to have to take it how it resonates. But you this month really are going to have to focus on what a healthy balance looks like for you, right? How much energy do you have to expend? Where your priorities are, right? And we'll see what happens in the tarot, but I feel like for some of you, your priorities might even be coming up under evaluation, right? Like maybe the things you thought were super important, maybe in light of what happens here, or just as you kind of reflect on things this month, maybe we find out that's not really where our happiness lies, right? Because this is Taurus season, so it's a time to enjoy luxury and enjoy comfort and do things for ourselves. And look what we have. First card out, the Tower, right? So again, that sudden shift, that unexpected surprise. Could be this, right? So it can happen in multiple ways. But really, it's that restructuring. And, it's also not... This particular deck portrays all the cards with a reverse image that kind of changes the meaning. So this one is the milder one, right? You can see one where literally things are getting disrupted and blown apart by this storm. Yours, yes, it is a sudden change. Yes, it's a shift, and it is going to rearrange things. But it is something you can work with. It is something you can learn from, as long as you learn to observe what's happening, right? So... might be some shocking news coming, but don't worry, you can handle it. You can make it happen. You also have the Ten of Pentacles here, so I know you can survive this. But look what it's leaving behind. It's almost kind of like what I was talking about, where what you thought was your happily ever after. Maybe it's not as perfect as you thought, right? Especially with this Ten of Pentacles coming out. Maybe what is blown away in this storm was temporary. Like, you saw it as something that could last forever, but it really was never built that strong. It was never going to last that long. So it's getting rid of all that false structure, so you have something that literally will last the test of time. So if and when the next storm comes, you're not shaking this. This is a permanent foundation. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do to shake my security. Which Gemini, we want that, right? You want that. Oh, thought that was gonna pop up. We're so jumpy in the beginning, and now we're so quiet. Now we're really thinking about it, huh? I'm just giving them shit now. This Ten of Pentacles also definitely makes me think of family as we wait for the next cards to come out with this clear empathy. So it may be a family member you start thinking of, or, you know, just kind of energetically picking up on. So definitely just have that as back pocket information. You also have the Eight of Pentacles here, which is about kind of doing your business, doing your work, working on your skills, mastering your crafts for some of you. I almost want to say with this card, this is really about dedication, a little more so than it is, you know, practicing your craft and everything. Because I think, especially when I think of getting this healthy boundaries, I think this is really about focusing and doing the things that are significant and important to you, right? What is it you want to do? Not what is it your boss wants to do, what your family expects you to do, you know, even what you yourself think society sees as successful. No, it's what is that happy ever after for you? What does that happy life look like for you? How do you want to build your financial stability and security? How do you want to provide for your family? What is the work that you are dedicated to and passionate about and actually care about doing, you know, day in, day out? It's one of those things where you look at, you know, we'll just use like career and jobs as an example, but it's like when you look at your work, is this something I see myself doing, you know, forever and ever and ever? Can I wake up every day and be happy about this? So we have the Hermit card in reverse. Now what's trippy about this particular card in the reverse, you can see upright, normally the Hermit has a lamp, right, that guides his way as he goes through the darkness and goes through that introspection. In reverse, we're kind of wandering and stumbling around in the dark, right? We're not listening to our intuition. We're not listening to our guides. We're not heeding the message. We're just kind of wandering around, you know, in the darkness that is our inner space. Just trying to like, oh, I don't know, we'll just see what happens. I'll take the chance. I'll do this until I can't do this anymore, because this is just the path I'm on. I'll just keep going forward, right? It's I wanted to say the blind leading the blind, but you know, you may not necessarily be led by someone. Well, I guess. Well, okay. I was going to say something, but it doesn't sound as nice as I want it to, so I'm not going to say it. But essentially, you could be, you know, taking advice or following the lead of external voices who have their own agenda. They're serving their own good, so it may not be your own good. And that's where that blind leading the blind comes in. So for some of you, there might be a real need to reconnect, right? And that may be, if this is a family member, maybe that's what helps to trigger that. Because again, we also have the Four of Wands, which is an energy of gratitude, right? But, you know, here in the Four of Wands, in this particular deck, this one doesn't really change. Like, you'll notice it doesn't kind of have the split image that a lot of them do. But I think in reverse, this portal, this vortex where this, you know, stability and this foundation is coming, actually, I'm going to put you next to the Hermit because I feel like they're more connected. Again, it's just like we're not tapping into that space for us, right? Because we have, I don't want to say we've derailed, but it just feels like something new is coming, or maybe something was lost along the way. That could be an actual thing, right? And like I said, it's almost like we thought we were moving in one direction. We thought this one thing was going to be the thing. But as it plays out, that's not really the case. Okay, and then we have the Three and the Two of Swords, right? So Three of Swords talks about hurt, right? Especially emotionally hurt. Two of Swords can be indecision, but it's kind of feeling stuck in the balance, right? Not really moving forward, not being able to make a choice. A lot of times we can't see in this card either. The figure normally is blindfolded. So kind of connecting back to what we said about the Hermit. So kind of want to clarify this Three of Swords before we go any further. Because part of me wondered, because I don't feel like this is old, so I don't think this is like a wound or anything from the past that's making you act a certain way. I just wonder if this Three of Swords is connected to what's happening in the Tower moment. This could be the, pain that you're feeling with this clear empathy being activated for you. I feel like it's more connected this way. Actually, now that I say it and hear myself say it, don't need to clarify, that's what it is. So this is the emotional pain that you're picking up, right? I would also add, make sure that you energetically have those boundaries set up. So being able to know what is your feeling, what is, coming through, having ways to ground and center yourself, whether it's going outside, grounding with a tree. For me, it's definitely getting into the water, so going to the beach. If I can't do that, taking a tub bath, so it'll be different for everyone. For you, it might be through song or music, writing, maybe just doing something. I love my Saturdays because that's when I take yoga. That's a great way to get out of my head and kind of back into my body and back into the present moment. So for some of you, that might be a great thing for you to try. Because I feel like if we don't get this in check, right, that's going to make this Two of Swords worse. So instead of just kind of being paused or indecisive, you truly will be like beyond confused, because it's like, I don't know what's real, what's not, what's mine, what's yours, what's theirs, what's his, what's hers. It just gets too muddy once all those things start to mix. And I just keep coming back to, I feel like you're needed to push something forward. You're needed in someone else's moment. And if you start to get fuddled, then what? Right? It's like that point in the movie where like the hero has that moment of self-doubt and has to like break through it to like save the day. That's actually kind of what it feels like, Gemini. Yes! And then we get the Three of Pentacles. Yep. Support coming in. Things starting to align, us working together to create the, achieve the great goal. Oh, okay. Couldn't have had a better card pop out. Oh, hold on. Someone ran away. All right, Geminis. Sorry about that. Put this on the side. All right, so we had the Ace of Swords come flying out. I thought it was one card, but it was actually two. So Ace of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful cards to wrap up this reading. So Ace of Swords, that is communication, that is truth, that's clarity and understanding. Perfect to come right out after this Three of Pentacles. And under the Hermit card, so where we felt lost and confused, didn't really know what we needed or wanted, didn't really know the direction. Now we understand. Now we see clearly. Now we understand where we're supposed to go. You could almost say this Ace of Swords is like a compass pointer. That's like, you go that way, we're going over there, right? And then Nine of Pentacles. So again, feeling confident, secure in yourself. And this is a very, I don't want to say proud, but I mean, you should be proud of this. This is a really self-made individual, confident, secure, independent for sure. And we started off this reading with the 10, right? So again, the focus on creating this stability and building this financial freedom for yourself. And then at the end of this season, we're emerging in this Nine of Pentacles where we're confident and know we can do this and we can make this happen, right? So this is like foretelling where we're going, and you're kind of by the end of this month doing the things you're supposed to be doing. And when I say month, I'm talking about May, because we're really reading Taurus season, right? So it's almost kind of like we're starting now. But beautiful, beautiful direction. Again, it looks like you got little shady boots right in the middle here. So maybe the middle of the month is when we get, or middle of the season, we get some funky going on. But literally, we have a shift. We start strong in kind of finding our purpose and knowing where the end goal is. So we may not know exactly what the little steps are in between, but we know the general endpoint or general direction we want to go. And then as we move through this shift, we find our true north, right? We find our true heading. and we make some big positive shifts. This Nine of Pentacles, I'm telling you, it's everything. Everything. I love it. All right, Gemini, I'm going to wrap up your reading there. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Your reading kind of similar to Taurus, so I would say definitely worth checking out. There might be something in there for you. But as always, I love you guys regardless. Make sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed this reading. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. Definitely helps me out, and I appreciate it so much. If you haven't already, make sure you have the notification bell on and the subscription button hit so you can be notified when our next round of readings come up. Other than that, Gemini, stay safe, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones. I will see you in your next video. Bye.